We're just messing around. I'm gonna try to get those. Man, that's just hard, man. What's that? Oh, beats? Anybody? Any suggestions for beats? This is 80 BPM right here. We did super fast, we did like super slow, and now we're back to like 80-ish. Oh. Ooh. This one's cool. Yeah. Put on the loop. Yeah, there you go. What do you think, babe? Okay, let's try it.
Final stage of the competition. The obstacle that now faces these athletes as they renew their quest for Paralympic glory. Daniel Michel, the 26-year-old from New South Wales, city of Sydney, world number 4, Adam Peška of Czech Republic, the small community of Havladova Biela, world number 8 ranked player. Gentleman on the right of your screen, and a debutant at this level, experienced in World Championship competition back in 2018 when he competed in Liverpool, and he's taking on an individual who really did create and generate an enormous amount of interest in the sport of boccia when he became in Rio the first Australian athlete at the Games since 2000. His mother spoken of how she was absolutely in tears during the opening ceremony of those games, realising then not how far he'd gone but how far he was going to go, that there was still a greater journey as we look at Selena Hernandez, who is in charge of this contest. The path thus far for these athletes, for Adam Peška, the 24-year-old, he opened with a 3-2 victory over Anantenta of Greece. Very commanding in the win against Samir van der Berken. Tougher contest in the meeting with Alexander Legostayev. And a 7-3 win against Jong Ho-won of Korea Republic. Daniel Michel of Australia. He opened his account emphatically so against Somboon Chapanish of Thailand, 9 without reply. Then, similarly dominant against Maria Björström of Sweden. A narrow loss against Edmund Oliveira of Brazil in the final pool match, and then back on track, 8-0 in the quarter-final stage of Kim Han-soo of the Republic of Korea. All of that has taken us to the last 4 of the competition. Michel, a World Championship bronze medalist in the individual competition from the 2018 edition in the city of Liverpool, along with a mixed silver medal. Not too long now until we get underway in the Ariake Gymnastics Centre. Beautiful setting on the shores of Tokyo Bay, the Odaiba area. It's a lovely passageway that one takes to get to this particular part of the city on the Eureka Mome line that intersects this area of reclaimed land with the city proper. You journey between the buildings on this high train line. Gives you a great view of one of the most architecturally fascinating cities on Earth. On the subject of things that are architecturally fascinating, Boccia, because we're going to see some great constructions out on the court in just a moment.
Individual BC3 semi-final about to get underway then. Adam Peshka going to be the one to set the jack after a coin toss determined that he would set the jack first. So just to explain the rules of Boccia, individual games consist of 4 ends. In those 4 ends, one end consists of 6 balls each for each athlete. And the idea is that you set the jack and get your ball or balls closest to that white target. It sounds simple, but it becomes a game of strategy, tactics. It is quite thrilling and intense to watch. Quite a long ball there from Adam Peshka. Then, to get us underway from the Czech Republic, BC1, BC2, BC3, BC4 are the categories in Boccia, and BC3 is one with athletes who have the most severe impairments. They can't use their hands or feet. They use what we're seeing there, which is a pointer and a ramp. Their assistants alongside them as well, who also win a medal because they play such a huge part in this. And they do, as you can see, face away from the court as the first ball is playing. They can't speak to their athlete, they can only communicate about what they would like the ramp to be moved at or what positioning they would like to be. But as you can see, they don't face the court.
Peshka's very first assistant was his mother. Practice in the corridors at primary school to take every possible opportunity to refine his technique. Daniel Michel has been working with Ashley McClure for some time. So his personal care attendant, they've got a very strong relationship. She's spoken with great conviction about the attention to detail that Michel has as a player, the great reading of the game. You expect that as well from his opponent, from Peshka. He's a skilled computer programmer, somebody who understands how to see something incredibly complex that most cannot fathom and turn it into something readable.
Six minutes in the top left has now ticked down for the Australian to 4 minutes 45. That will be the amount of time that Daniel Michel has left to take his 5 balls that are remaining. So quite a lot of time still remaining for the New South Wales man. Most memorable moment is winning gold at the 2019 World Open in Hong Kong in China. And he's hoping to go for gold here in the Tokyo 22 Paralympic Games and set himself into a good position to try for it in the semi-final match against Adam Peshka.
Yes, that triumph in Hong Kong, one of 4 World Opens that he's won. Really quite substantial improvements that he has made as a competitor in recent years. One thinks that the World Championships in Beijing, he was 36. Back in 2014, it's been a time of exponential development for him.
Second Paralympic Games for Daniel Michel, who last competed in the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. He finished individual 15. So as you say, interesting change here as he's made his way to the semi-finals. In a position to win a medal here. So just trying to push on his own ball there to try and get it a little bit closer to the jack. At the moment, still Adam Peshka, the red defending ball, still closer at the moment. Lots of support in the centre for both these athletes. No fans, of course, because of the changing conditions of the world over the last 18 months, which saw these games delayed in 2020, of course. And these athletes have had to wait a long time for this opportunity. 2.5 minutes left then on the clock for Daniel Michel, with 3 balls remaining in this end.
That was wonderfully judged. Superb shot from Michel.
A great line, because he's also set up 2 defensive balls around the red ball, which essentially means he's set up a nice wall for Adam Peshka of the Czech Republic, world number 8 versus world number 4.
And that was played with millimetre precision. It's given Peshka quite a task now. Peshka has said some very interesting things over the years about the psychology of Boccia matches, and for him it comes down to one simple principle, which is it doesn't matter how heavily you're losing, how heavily you're winning, you don't give up on the contest. You don't assume that you've done enough to get over the line. You don't think, well, it's lost now, it's done, and start to take your focus elsewhere. So very much one of those athletes, as so many elite athletes are, who is able to deliver high intensity from start to finish.
Puts his place into the semi-finals in his first Paralympic Games. Last competition finished 7th in the individual BC3 in 2019 in Spain. See what he was trying to do there, which was push on the jack to open it up more, to give himself some more space. Well, here, time callers around, calling different times, but the times we need to pay attention to are the top left here. So 3.5 minutes left for Adam Peszka to take his final 4 balls. Four balls in this end. 2 balls remaining for the Australian Daniel Michel. You see Adam Peszka very precise with the middle of the ball there to get the line exactly right with his pointer. Get that quite slightly off even, and the ball almost spins, and it will spin in the wrong direction. So important accuracy for these athletes here. Right in the middle of the ball, sees the straight line, pushing off that blue ball to create some more space. Come through with the leg and damager with a sword and 2 speaks. And RNS is the maddest one. You thought he was loopy. I can't be touched on the mad ones. And your dog's a QG. And chemist is hellish and savage, bro. Done told them to help bring the damage low. Send a man on an 808 bus home while I blaze that crow with a can of coke. Oh yeah, you tried it. Guess what I did?
Watching on the delegation.
Playing a long time, this athlete. Started playing boccia at the age of 12.
Hey, Westmids, stand up. Hey, Westmids, stand up.
Actually got involved with boccia through Parent Project, which is a non-profit organisation from the Czech Republic, set up by parents of children that want to get involved in boccia.
Some very high-scoring wins in the competition so far. Michel, it's a player who is more than capable of really hitting opponents hard with some big scoring ends. Most impressive in the quarter-final win. 8 points without reply against Hansu.
Final ball then in this end for Daniel Michel. As you can see, some of the other Australian athletes there watching their teammate in action. They've already played their matches and able to sit in and watch. Good thing about the Paralympic Games as well is, unlike in the Olympics where athletes had to go home immediately, the athletes here stay a little bit longer because they share assistants. So that means there's more of a crowd come the gold medal times towards the end of the games. So, good shot there from Daniel Michel in his final ball of this end. Pacey one, which opened up the game a lot more, but however didn't quite get the position I think it was after there, because that red ball from Adam Peszka still closer. However, you can see he's tried to set up a bit of a defence there. There is a clear line towards the jack. 2 balls remaining for Adam Peszka in this end. 3 ends off the back of this, which will just determine who heads into the finals.
The line most compelling from Adam Peszka. surprised that they are optimistic. But even more to be accomplished with this final delivery. Himself in a decent scoreboard position, 24-year-old. That is going to do the trick very nicely. Adam Peshka with a positive start to the contest.
Confirmation there. Adam Peshka takes a 3-0 lead then, heading into the second end against Daniel Michel of Australia. Confirmation there in the individual BC3 semi-final. Adam Peshka 3-0 up as they try and book their place into the finals to win a medal.
It has been clear in this competition that Daniel Michel can score very, very highly, and he's going to need to, because he's been issued with a stern rebuke from Adam Peshka at the start of this match. Sometimes athletes produce their very finest work when they have been dealt an early setback by the opponent. We shall see if that's the case for the 26-year-old from Australia.
Boccia changes incredibly quickly end to end. You can be leading 3-0 heading into the halfway point. And you can see the match completely open up and be completely different by the end of it, and you can be trailing 6-3. So it's an incredibly interesting game that changes in the blink of an eye. Individual matches.